Hey guys, it's Kara here, and today I'm going to make for you a protein crepe. Now what the hell is a crepe? I'm not really sure. I've never actually had one myself, but from what I can see, they're basically little thin pancakes. I think they originate in France, although I have seen them at IHOP with like Nutella and wonderful things inside of them. But they're basically small pancakes that you can fill with different ingredients. Some people do it more savory style. Some people put eggs and cheese in them. Some people go more sweet and put things like Nutella and fruit on the inside. So today I am gonna do a protein crepe using MTS protein, and we're gonna do like a sweeter type crepe and use a protein for the actual crepe and then a protein to do the sweet filling. So to get started, what we're gonna do is add our ingredients to the blender to blend up before we cook it on the stovetop. So what you're gonna need, and what I'm gonna use today is the Caramel Sutra. You could truly use any flavor of MTS Whey that you have on hand, but I really love the caramel. I think this is gonna give it a great flavor for the crepe. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna use some oats to blend it up as our flour source. I'm gonna use whatever milk you have on hand. Today I'm gonna use the cashew unsweetened milk because that's what I have. You're gonna use 2 egg whites. And I'm gonna put in there just a little dash of salt, that's optional. And I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. If you're really watching your fat macros, you could certainly cut these things down. I'm giving you the portion size here to make 2 crepes. So if you want, you could always cut everything in half and just make 1. So to get started, we're simply gonna pour everything into the blender. I've got measured out 1 cup of the cashew milk. I'm gonna throw that in there first. If you guys haven't tried the cashew milk, you can pretty much find it anywhere. And it's actually really good, very low calorie and creamy. 2 egg whites, I already stirred those up, going in there. 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, I already measured in there. Drop that in there. I'm gonna do 2/3 cups of oats. So I've got a 1/3 cup here. I'm gonna add 2 of those in there. And for protein, we're gonna add 2 full scoops of the Caramel Sutra. I don't talk about the caramel enough. This is probably one of my favorite flavors right now. I can't get enough of it. I kind of had forgotten about it a little bit, but now it's like my favorite. It's the best for protein cheesecake. If you guys haven't seen that recipe yet, you should try to search that one out and make it. So 2 full scoops of that. I've got this Himalayan sea salt. I'm gonna do just a couple turns in there. And then I'm gonna get this on my blender. Blend that up. It should be a thinner type consistency. It's not going to make a very thick, dense batter, and that's what you want, nice and thin. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up until everything is fully blended, and then we're going to heat this up on the stovetop. All right, so once you have it all blended up, you can see it's pretty thin still. I went ahead and turned on my stovetop. I have a propane stove, so I turned it on the lowest setting. You don't want your pan to get too hot. But just let it heat up for a little bit before you put the batter on. And what I'm gonna do, this is gonna make 2 crepes. I'm gonna measure out 1/4 of a cup of the batter. That'll really give you an idea of the consistency. I'm gonna dump this on the pan, the greased pan, and then I'm just going to tip this around. Because we want to make it like a thin little pancake. I'm just going to kind of flatten that out a bit and then let that cook on one side. Try to make it a little more pretty. So you're only going to want to flip this one time while cooking it, so you can kind of see, you get in close here, it's starting to get bubbly on one side. It's still a little battery, if that's a word over there, but I'm going to go ahead and very gently take this and flip it over. So you can see it's nice and thin. And we're just gonna let the other side cook. And then we'll scoop out the other 1/4 cup of the crepe and cook the second one. Okay, so my crepes are all done cooking. You can kind of play around with the different sizes. I kind of made a couple different sizes. I got a couple smaller ones, and then I made like a ginormous one, so it's up to you how much batter you want to pour in there. But it's that simple, and you get a nice thin looking little crepe. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and make our sweet filling for the inside of our crepes. So what I'm gonna do is instead of using Nutella, which is all sugar, as delicious as it is, I'm gonna do a sweet protein spread for the inside with the MTS chocolate. And we're not gonna need a lot for this because they are thin. You don't want to put too much spread on the inside of them, or else they'll break. So I'm just gonna use half a scoop of the chocolate. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And you can get creative with whatever spread you want to do for the inside. You could do peanut butter Nutella, or you could make it low calorie and do like a PB2. I like to use Greek yogurt to kind of make sweet things. It's very easy and versatile to use Greek yogurt, add protein to it, add different flavors to it to sweeten it up. So I'm gonna add like 1/4 cup of this plain Greek yogurt in there. Next, to make it extra chocolatey, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa, just to give it that extra rich flavor. If you don't have cocoa on hand, it's all good. You can just use the whey. You'll be all right. And then to take it to that extra sweet level, which you guys know I love, 1 tablespoon of Splenda in there, just to get that extra sweetness. I just used a different tablespoon. Maybe it's like a heaping tablespoon. All right, then just go ahead and stir that all up. So once you've got your filling all mixed up, you're gonna wanna take one of your crepes and just set it on a paper plate. And then you're probably gonna only need like a tablespoon of the filling or so. And I'm gonna put that right in the middle and just kind of evenly distribute it all the way down. There you go. And you can get fancy with rolling this up, but we're just gonna kind of go with it. Okay, there you've got one little protein crepe. Doesn't look like anything special, but smells delicious. I'm gonna do a little taste test for you guys. That's delicious. Taking a little bite. The chocolate in the inside gives it this nice, deep chocolatey sweetness, and the outside is kind of a nice, light flavor. Delicious. I could eat that for breakfast or for like a little snack late at night. Pretty simple recipe. You guys can get creative with this depending on what flavors you like, what things you like. Just a different variation on how to use your MTS Whey.